How y'all doing? It's been a minute since I seen you. It's good to be back. I had been doing a couple of shorts just to stay relevant. I'm like, oh, I got something to say. I just didn't have time to do full length videos. Um, what have I been up to? My nephew graduated from high school, my baby. Yes, his graduation got me out of jury duty. I said, my son is graduating. Technically, he is my son because I was my sister's birth partner and I cut the umbilical cord, so I'm his daddy, okay? Um, and what else? I've been making some straw hats, getting ready for spring and summer. Um, yeah, finished up my second semester at FIT. Yeah, a lot has been on the plate. So I was like, you know what? I got to record some of this. And some I did and I didn't. I started recording me doing some hats, but then didn't do the videos for the end results because I just had too many pots on the burner. Okay? Well, let's get to it. Why are we here? We're here because we are going to turn this hat into that hat, the hat that Miss Angela Bassett wore at this year's 2025 Met Gala of the Black Diaspora. Super fine. I really liked her hat. It wasn't on my top 10 picks only because I didn't see it until the day after I had picked my top 10. But she definitely, I would have made room. I would have made room on my top 10 for her hat and her outfit. But I was only grading hats. So let's get into it. How can we turn your hat at home into a hat that's similar to what Miss Angela Bassett wore? Now, let me tell you this. This will only work if your crown, I will say, has a little bit of height to it. It can't be too short of a crown, not for the look we're going for. And your brim should have some stiffness to it. Your brim shouldn't be floppy, or else this won't work, okay? So, now that we have those two check marks checked off, I'm going to show you one way if you don't have professional tools, and then the other way for our beginners who may have professional tools, and we'll do it that way, okay? So, we're going to start off with some tools that we, or some, I should say, household items that we need. Okay, so now that I've taken off this hat, what we're going to do is cut the brim very short. We're going to, I would say, once we're past the sweatband, it's really only going to be like an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter or inch and a half past the sweatband. So, how do we get a perfect circle? Well, I've grabbed some household items. This is really just kind of like a Rubbermaid or Tupperware top. And this is almost perfect. You can put that around there. And you can take a piece of chalk. And let's see, what you can do is you can just go ahead and take that piece of chalk, make your line, your circle. And then once you've made your circle with your piece of chalk, you can begin to cut with your scissor. I would use a larger scissor than this, okay? So I'm just simulating what you could do. Now, I took this seat cushion cover. I think this is a little too big. It's still smaller than the brim we have, but bigger than what I want. but I don't know how small or how big your seat cushion might be. But you can try it. This is also a perfect circle that you can outline on the brim to cut it as well. Okay, but I think your best bet, because these Rubbermaid and Tupperware lids come in so many different sizes, this is probably going to be your best household item to make a perfect circle for you. Okay, now for my beginner and intermediate hat makers, we're going to use what they call a rounding jack. Okay, and I prefer the wood one. I haven't really started using the one that they made in 3D yet. But this one, you can adjust it where you want it to sit. Right now, it comes out, the blade comes out past the brim. So what I'm going to do is really unscrew this so I can push the blade closer. And let me see, I'm trying to adjust my lighting here. Sorry if yeah, my lighting is on. Okay, so we are moving this closer. I'm going to put it on my hat to see exactly where I want it. Wow. Almost taking it all the way. Wow, I really am. I don't think I've ever taken it to the top there. So you see my blade there? Very sharp. I have cut myself with this thing before. It is no joke. Make sure you do it on top of your arts and crafts pad so that you don't cut your tabletop. Now you have to make sure with this rounding jack to have a steady hand. However you do this, you have to keep the same hand position. Okay, so here we go. I'm thinking, let me see. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Okay. Almost there. I always get nervous whenever I do this. I don't know why, but I do. Okay. Oh, look at that. We have a little bit of snag right here. Probably when I was, okay, let's see. Hope that worked. Felt something. Okay. All right. So now that we picked it up, look at that. Don't throw away your scraps. You can always use them in the future. Now, this create a great cut, but I still have a few imperfections that I'm going to kind of clear up two ways. I'm take my scissor and just kind of level out any snags there. Tiny snags. Really tiny snags. Okay. And then I'm going to use my sandpaper. You can do this after you've used your scissor as well, for those who are using household methods, household tools. Okay. And then just come through and refine, smooth out what you did with either your rounding jack or your scissor. And I'll never forget in class, one of the students asked, this was first semester when we were in our blocking class, she asked, when can you get away with not using wire for your brim? And I remember the instructor saying, when you have a short brim, you don't need a wire. Yeah. I may, because see on some sides it seems to be a little bit, no, I think it's fine. Just making sure it's even, the circle. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now that we're putting it back on, let's have a look. So here she is, guys. What do you think? I am feeling her. I'm feeling her. Especially if, let's see, put my hair behind the ears there. Oh yeah, I'm definitely feeling her. I like it. What do you think? How did you do at home? Yeah, please share in the comments. What I like about different size brims is that it really elevates your style to have different size brims to your hat. It just does. It gives you more variety. You don't get stuck in any one look. When you have a short brim, medium brim, wide brim, they all have their different moods, you know what I mean? Because the wide brim, sure, it creates a nice mysterious mood because it hides more the face, more the mystique. But when you take it off, you're like, I am here, honey. I am here. Shows more of the face, shows more of your personality, more of your smile. Less mystique, I would say more fun and funky, playful, right? Yeah, switch it up a little bit. Why not? If you did this at home, please share in the comments. I would love to know how it went for you. And yes, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys very soon for more hat inspirations. And please feel free to write in the comments what it is you would like to see. Yeah, I'd love to be of service, and so that we can do some great mood shifting hats together. See ya.